Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Newsroom. I'm Maddie Paul. On Inside the Newsroom, we bring you the trending stories and also the newsroom staff members that created those stories. Yeah, today's a little bit different for Inside the Newsroom. I've been waiting for this episode for so long. We've had so many new staff members join us here at KELOLAND News, and I want to give this platform a chance to introduce you all to the new members who are joining us. And it's quite a wide variety of members that are joining us. We have a familiar face, someone who's formerly been a sports reporter here that is now taking a MMJ position or a reporting position here at KELOLAND News, and someone who's going to be sitting in my seat quite a lot for KELOLAND Plus, and then also someone who's working on our digital side, someone who's been writing up every press release, every breaking news option that we get for KELOLAND.com. There's so much to explore here with our newest staff members, and I think you'll really enjoy all these people that we're about to introduce you to. So stick around for Inside the Newsroom. This was a very quick introduction into what you're going to be seeing for the rest of the episode, because coming up next, I'm showing you that familiar face. And if you haven't seen this person before on KELOLAND News, no problem, because we'll introduce you to them next when we come back after the break. You're watching Inside the Newsroom. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. As I said already at the beginning of this episode, we are introducing you to the newest staff members here at KELOLAND News. However, this face you've probably recognized before. If you've been watching KELOLAND News for a couple of years now, you should know exactly who Anya Joseph is. She had, you know what, you explain your story, Anya. You explain your story because you are a familiar face here, but you are also new again. So do you want to explain your story here at KELOLAND News?
Yeah, so I was the KELOLAND sports reporter for 2.5 years. And then I just felt like I needed to go home for personal reasons, family members, and then I realized that I didn't really need to help that much because I thought that my help was needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just kind of wanted to get back into reporting. I did a short stint of producing, and I guess it wasn't for me, and I wanted to get back into the field. So I, applied and came back.
Well, welcome back. I actually have applause. Oh, the applause button I deleted. I have an applause button. I would be featuring it right now for you, Anya, because it's really exciting that you're back here at KELOLAND News. You are a familiar face here, and you really jumped into reporting like right away, even after being a sports reporter here for so long. So far in your experience, what do you think has been like the biggest difference with like news reporting and sports reporting? And like, why is that exciting?
I feel like with news reporting, you are a lot closer to the story than in sports. I feel like with sports, it's, obviously you could probably have a couple cool stories with like, young athletes, but with news, it's every day that you are really close to your story. You have to ask, the right questions so that you can, get the right angle and, just really get that perspective that I guess the interviewee is trying to show, or I guess the person who the story is about is trying to show.
Yeah.
And, also keep yourself, out of the equation too. And, I feel like that's the biggest difference is how I have to get, my medium, tight, wide shots of like, I have to shoot everything. Like there's no news file of like some other, sports game or something like that.
True. But like you coming in too, you really had experience already from being that sports reporter of getting your own shots, recording your own stand-ups. And of course you have like studio experience too coming here, which is really exciting. And your stories have really shown so far. I mean, like whenever I look on the website and see, oh, what's trending now, it's always like one of your stories that are popping up, which is really cool to see. And I feel like the reception has been really good about welcoming you back here. And the type of stories you're getting are really fun. Is there like a goal that you have for reporting as a news reporter here at KELOLAND News?
I feel like political news is something that's not up my alley. I went to a political meeting yesterday with the Lincoln County Commission meeting about the AI hyperscale data centers. That is definitely a new front for me. And because it's new, obviously there's some bumps along the road that, I kind of want to fine tune. And I just feel like my goal is to kind of be well versed in all aspects of news.
I love it. Is that was kind of like your pull after being a producer for a little bit, going back into journalism? Is that pull that you were feeling, like wanting to expand more as a journalist? Like, what was that pull for you like?
I definitely wanted to expand more as a journalist in terms of just, being right front and center in the community and just feeling like, if you have a story, like the Oprah Winfrey TikTok, just to try to be relative and allow people to share their stories and kind of be that, person that allows them to do that.
So what's it been like for you coming back into the KELOLAND area? Like, what makes you excited about covering KELOLAND news?
Like what I said, I feel like I just kind of want to be closer to the people of KELOLAND and, be able to share their story how they want to share it and try to do my best in doing that.
Love it. So what's Anya like outside of work then? What's some of your hobbies? What's your favorite color?
Well, blue.
Yeah, blue. Dude, Scott
This is
Munt.
my keyboard.
I love your keyboard. And Scott Munt was like, Anya, you have to have your keyboard on for this segment. You have to show it off. Blue. I always see you walking in with like your blue scarf too. So I'm like, okay, blue is the color.
Yeah.
Have that. All right. So what do you like to do outside of work then?
I definitely like to go to the gym. I am a crunch fitness girly. And just kind of explore other things. I feel like that is kind of what my dilemma is. I don't really have like a hobby outside of, probably turning on a TV show and getting stuck in a series, but I definitely do want to get out more and do things. So maybe once the weather warms up, I will be outside more.
Tell me about it.
But as of now, just the gym.
Just the gym. I like it. Gym girlies forever. Well, is there anything else that you would like viewers to know about you, your experience here, or your aspirations for working at KELOLAND News again?
Just that if you have a story, I am very much willing to cover it. And, I just want to be able to tell the story of the people of KELOLAND.
Thank you, Anya, for coming to the digital desk and introducing yourself once again to KELOLAND News, and have fun reporting today. I know you have to get out to, what is it, Arlington?
Yes.
You need to go to. So she's got to get out of here because she has on assignment. But we're going to continue here with Inside the Newsroom, introducing you to our newest staff members. Coming up next, we are introducing you to a new staff member who's actually going to be sitting right where I am pretty regularly here for KELOLAND Plus. It's going to be really exciting. So stay with us. We'll be right back when we come back after the break. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. We are still on a journey introducing you to our newest staff members here at KELOLAND News. And after we met Anya, I told you that we're introducing you to someone who's going to be sitting right where I'm sitting pretty regularly here on KELOLAND Plus and also on our website and anywhere else that we have some digital coverage. And I am talking about our newest member, Joey Taylor. I wish I had like an applause button. I just recently deleted it. I got it from Scott Munt, but it would be very warranted right now. Yeah, Joey can do it for us. That's exactly what I needed. Well, welcome, Joey. This is someone, for my viewers, you are going to be seeing Joey quite a lot here on KELOLAND Plus. So I really want to spend a lot of time introducing you, Joey, and kind of hearing about your background and what you're most excited about doing here at KELOLAND News. So to start, you do have a lot of experience in journalism and TV news. So could you just go ahead and explain a little bit about your background?
Yeah, I actually started in TV news in 2013. There we go.
Right, yeah.
2013, when I was still in high school, I worked as a production assistant and kind of learned all the behind the scenes things of a morning show. Went to college for broadcast journalism, graduated from college, and then I actually moved out to Montana, where I started a role as a producer, so really producing the shows, transitioning to a statewide reporter, then transitioning into military and government reporting, so really beat focused, and then transitioning to a senior reporter role to where I really took on new reporters, kind of helped hone their skills for reporting, and then also did fill-in anchoring, weekend anchoring, that type of thing back in Montana. And now I'm here, and I am so excited.
And you are from the Sioux Falls area, right?
Yes, born and raised in Sioux Falls. I actually went to the University of Sioux Falls as well.
Oh, everyone with USF is like, yes.
Yes,
So
we
what are
love
your
USF.
favorite types of stories to cover? Because it sounds like you've literally done like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I've done pretty much a little bit of everything. I really like military stories. I think it's just, I lived where there was an active Air Force base, and it was a nuclear missile base. And so it was a lot of, the nuclear deterrence part of the triad, it's the land-based part. So I really liked being able to tell those stories. But on top of just like the military and what they're doing, what they're working, getting to know the people, the airmen that I've covered stories on, they just have some of the most amazing backgrounds, that type of thing. And then my fiance is also in the military as well. So it's just kind of a personal connection for me too.
I love it. Would you say that you have a type of reporting style at all?
I am very in-depth investigative and then also very feature-y. So depending on what the story leans towards, I really like being able to tell the full story and keep it accurate, and just being able to give viewers and people just every little detail that they need to know.
Are you the type of person that loves breaking news, or do you like to keep to a schedule?
I really like a schedule. Just for me, I have a kiddo as well, and so it just kind of helps me plan around that. However, I will say the rush of breaking news, I don't know if anything really beats that, of being able to, get to a scene, get the information, and then being able to really inform and educate viewers and people on what's going on, whether it's a fire, whether it's a crime scene, or what that might be.
So what makes you most excited about covering news here in the KELOLAND area?
I think it's back home for me, so it's one of those things of I never left the Facebook groups or pages, so I kind of always see what's going on. But then also, I really believe in, as journalists, we provide a service, and that's to, inform and educate the public so that they can make the best decisions for themselves, for their family. And I just think being able to do that for my friends and family, but then also everyone else in the KELOLAND viewing area, I think that's really important.
Thank you for that answer. And, since you've moved back here to the Sioux Falls area, is there anything that's just already kind of like stood out to you here in town or just the KELOLAND area so far?
It has grown so much, Sioux Falls specifically. I've been away for 7 years, and it's grown even just in that 7 years. I'm very used to, here's Sioux Falls, and then, you have Harrisburg and T and Brandon, and now it's like here's Sioux Falls, and then here's Harrisburg, T, and Brandon, and it's just kind of, you never leave Sioux Falls, but you do because it's Harrisburg, T, Brandon, and all of the other places. So I just think the growth has been just something crazy that I wasn't expecting. I think it's awesome, but it's just, something I definitely have seen coming in.
Yeah, my eyes were like blown away too when I came back to Sioux Falls also, because I also was from Sioux Falls, moved away for a little bit, came back and was like, whoa, what happened to South Dakota? Everything's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But, with your reporting too, is there anything that you hope viewers can learn about you through your reporting?
That's a great question. I think I really just hope they learn and they take away that I'm just trying to be authentic and really bring them the story. And there's no kind of hidden agenda or anything like that. I just want them to be informed and educated on whatever the story is, whatever the topic is, so that they can make the best decisions. I've really always related to weather, and that's the one job I haven't done is weather. But I really relate it to that in just terms of, we're there to inform, and that way you can make the decision. So if there's a tornado and you need to take cover, you can take cover and you can protect your family. And so same with when it comes to news, it's just a little bit different type of story, whether it's healthcare or whether it's, growing businesses that you can support or local businesses, anything like that.
So now I'm going to go completely off the rails. When you're not chasing these stories, what do you like to do?
Ooh, I actually have always loved media. I started in high school. Shout out Nancy Sutton and Nick Poppins. I know they're both over at USF as professors still. But I had them also in high school at the Career and Technical Education Academy.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved photography and video editing. And so that's kind of like what I've loved to do. But I also like to read. I have a 400 plus DVD collection. So like
Physical
watching
media?
movies. Physical media.
Wait, that's crazy.
I love watching movies. And then my son is very active. So, going to, my fiance likes hockey. So we'll go to hockey games. My son has done soccer and basketball. So very active in the community and just kind of being out and about and just experiencing what the community has to offer. I know I was in Montana, so we did a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
Glacier National Park is absolutely beautiful, so it was a lot of outdoor time. But I would say main thing, I really just love the video editing aspect, and those are fun videos. So like music videos or lyric videos, more of the creative side of things that we don't necessarily do in news.
Yeah. And you're entering here at KELOLAND News as not only an MMJ, but also you're going to take over a lot of what's going here at the digital desk. You're going to be somebody that people see pretty regularly here. And, this is all digital. This is all streaming. Like this is the next step really in our industry. So far with what you've learned here, I know it's only been like a day or two, but like so far just seeing everything and seeing how this digital desk is and knowing about the concept of CTV and KELOLAND Plus, what makes you most excited about being able to anchor and report right here at the digital desk?
I think one of the most exciting things is this is actually how people are getting their news anymore. You look at, ratings or statistics and data, and people aren't always watching a linear broadcast on TV in their living room at 5 o'clock. They want the news when it happens. They want the news at their fingertips. And so they're going to go to Facebook. They're going to go to the news apps and websites. And so this is really the place that people are going to be coming to get their news and to just be able to play just a part in that and helping inform them, I think is awesome.
Joey, thank you so much for being here at the digital desk and being able to introduce yourself to our viewers, because viewers, you will be seeing a lot of Joey here on KELOLAND Plus. So thank you for being here, Joey. And viewers, we still have one more person to introduce you to, and it's our newest digital producer. So stick around. We'll be right back after the break. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. It's just been a happy episode. I've been really pleased to introduce you all to our newest staff members, and I just have one more to get to, and it's someone I sit really close to, actually. Like, we're just like kitty corner, right? Would you call it kitty corner?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay, this is Skylar Fisher, and she is our newest digital producer here at KELOLAND News. Actually, you've been working here for not like a while, but how long have you been working here so far, Skylar?
I think it was a month yesterday or Monday.
Wait,
Yes.
where's my applause button? We need applause then. This is a big day. This is a big day. But you're coming to KELOLAND News from Minnesota. So can you tell us a little bit about your background in journalism or just what brought you here to KELOLAND News?
Yes. So I went to school at Bethany Lutheran in Mankato. I was a media arts student. I worked with the Minnesota State hockey team where I was the producer there. And I also did some of their social media work, like the reels, and then sometimes other things on the social media side. And then I was also a part of the Scroll newspaper for a few semesters. I really liked doing that, and yeah.
So, sorry, I'm laughing a little bit because Skylar warned me before that if there's an ending with an and, yeah, it's my cue. It's my cue. I love it.
Yes.
Skylar, I'm curious, is the background and experience that you had before, with hockey and like all the reels that you did, is that kind of similar to what you're doing here at KELOLAND News now, or what's the difference?
I would say it's similar, but also different, because at Bethany, when I was doing producing, I was setting up the show, and you can kind of do the same thing, like say the same thing about what I'm doing now with setting up social media and putting everything in order and where it should go. So it's kind of a show for the social media, I guess, I would say.
How would you describe your role here then at KELOLAND News for someone who doesn't know?
Yeah, so I schedule all of the social media posts, from the web design, broadcast stories. I do all that. I write a few stories when the police briefings come out. I write a bunch of that, or press releases, I would say.
That pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work online on KELOLAND.com, and those stories can make their way onto their newscasts too. But what makes you most excited about covering news here in the KELOLAND area?
I mean, I grew up going to Sioux Falls, living only an hour away. I just really like the community here, and just really learning a lot about Sioux Falls.
So since you know about Sioux Falls before then, like coming back here and working in this area, is there anything that's kind of like stood out to you the most?
Oh gosh, when I say I came to Sioux Falls, I went to the mall.
That's pretty fair, actually. That's pretty fair. I just keep thinking, we were talking to Joey Taylor before in the last segment, and I related to what she said. She said that she saw Sioux Falls grow so much, and that's exactly what I had thought too. Are you kind of like taken aback by just like how big our viewing area is, and even just Sioux Falls itself?
Yes, I didn't realize how big Sioux Falls was until someone told me the numbers, and it doesn't really feel like it's that big, like how many people live here. It does not feel that big to me, but...
So when you're not writing stories online, then what do you like to do outside of work, outside of news?
I like to hang out with my friends, but all of them are still in Mankato, or most of them, I should say, are still in Mankato. So I do a lot of road tripping, I would say. I like reading. Yeah. So what kind of stories have you enjoyed creating here at KELOLAND News so far? Are you talking about like the stories I've written or just like the atmosphere?
I would say the stories you've written.
Okay. I mean, especially right now, I say like the legislative stuff going on, all of those stories. I didn't realize how much, I guess, really goes on there. Yeah, there's something every day, and it seems like there's a new bill passed every day, or not a bill passed every day. So
it's gonna be that way till March, Skylar. We're in it together. I feel you there. Well, we're wrapping up on time, but is there anything else that you would like our viewers to know about you?
I don't think so. I would just say, go Jackrabbits.
Let's go, Skylar. Put it in while you can. I love it. Well, Skylar, thank you so much for being here to introduce yourself to our viewers. And everyone, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have today for Inside the Newsroom. I'm really glad that you all got to meet our newest staff members as they've been working here and learning about the KELOLAND area. So if you see them out and about as they're doing their stories or as they're writing things up online, be kind to them. They're doing a lot of hard work for you. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. That's the end of Inside the Newsroom. We'll see you next time.